Hi, and welcome to Horror Recapped. Today, we're going to look at the 2009 post-apocalyptic film, Carriers. This film follows a group of 4 survivors of a viral pandemic that has wiped out most people and stopped civilization in its tracks. They attempt to stay alive amid a looming threat of being infected. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. An undefined, highly infectious, and airborne virus has spread worldwide. Most of the population is dead, and people are forced to stay in small groups for fear of infection. We're introduced to the brother duo, Brian and Danny, along with Brian's girlfriend Bobby and Danny's friend Kate. They're traveling down the road, planning a trip as if the world wasn't ending. They hope to take shelter at Turtle Beach, at the brothers' childhood vacation home. Brian has created a set of rules to help them all survive. On the way to the beach, they encounter a car parked across the street, stopping traffic on a long, empty stretch of road. This is where we meet Frank and his young daughter Jody. Frank says he's out of gas and that he just needs a little to get going. The group of 4 are hesitant and threaten him as he begins to get closer to the car. When they realize his young daughter is infected, the group tries to flee by driving around the car in the brush, but the off-road driving cost them their auto. They make a snap decision to siphon off their gas and head back to the father-daughter duo in the road behind them. While still afraid of the daughter, she and Frank stay in a cleaned, sealed back half of their SUV. The two have heard of a cure, and at Frank's insistence, they travel to a nearby school where it's rumored to have been developed. The 6 of them make it to the location, only for Frank, Brian, Danny, and Kate to discover that the serum is a bust. They quickly learn that the doctor is, at the moment, preparing to euthanize a group of infected children along with himself. Bobby and Jody are bonding back in the car, despite Brian warning her to not get attached, as the disease causes respiratory distress. Jody's symptoms begin to worsen in the back of the vehicle. She's, unfortunately, having some sort of asthma attack related to the virus. When her father and the rest of the group are busy inside the high school, Bobby decides to forego the rules and jumps in to make sure Jody can breathe. Jody unwittingly coughs blood on Bobby, who seals up the back once Jody is breathing, and decides to act like that didn't happen. When Frank and the group come back, Jody is too weak to go to the bathroom independently. Frank is forced to help her to a portable toilet. Brian takes this opportunity to leave them behind and steal the vehicle for themselves. The group decides to go along with this plan. This includes Bobby, who seems concerned about the group finding out about the contamination. Before continuing too far, Bobby discards her bloody jacket that would have alerted the group of her transgression, and they leave it behind. The group stops at a hotel along the way, unaware of its current occupation by armed survivalists. When these people return, they try to kick the men out and force the women to stay with them. They have the 2 girls stripped down to their underwear, only ordering them away when they discover Bobby's worsening condition. This is shown by the blossoming blood vessels and infection showing up on her torso, previously covered up by her clothes. The group is betrayed by Bobby's lie. While they initially decide to continue and just isolate Bobby in the back, at the same time, the rest of them wear masks. Ultimately, Brian casts Bobby out of the car and abandons her in the desert. The remaining group begins to run out of gas, and later happens upon 2 older women. They don't want to give up their gasoline or risk any sort of contamination from this strange group, so they choose to drive away. This mirrors the group from the beginning, though somehow less successful than they were. The women crash their car, and the group loots them for the gas their vehicle can provide. Unfortunately, in the scuffle, Brian suffers a gunshot wound. While trying to take care of Brian, Danny discovers that his older brother is infected, and he and Kate try to leave him behind that night. When they attempt this, they realize Brian has the keys. Brian refuses to surrender the keys, goading his brother into killing him, so he won't have to live out his remaining hours with the infection. Danny and Kate arrive at Turtle Beach in the morning. At that point, Danny realizes that without Brian, the place isn't special anymore. It's just an empty beach with painful memories. And that's going to finish this film recap. Let us know down below what you thought of this one. While you're at it, if you enjoyed the video and want to look into other movies with us, then make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on. That way, you won't miss a single recap.